So I was hired to fly this helicopter, Bell 505, from Grand Junction, Colorado to Santa Monica, California. And I have an extra seat. This is pretty rare for me, but any chance that I have to put somebody up in the pilot's seat, especially a Turbine and an up-and-coming professional pilot working on their commercial rating, I do. So I put out the word, and Miss Carrie Lee answered.
Engine out. Engine out.
So she'll be flying right seat, and I'm putting her in charge of the soft key, the confirmation key for any time that the Garmin G1000 gives us a warning of some sort. So this is the first time that Carrie Lee has been in a Bell 505. So I'll take my time and show her. I've already shown her how the doors operate, how to adjust the pedals, how the control frictions work, how the seat moves forward and back. I've plugged in our weight and balance information and making sure that the configuration is set up properly. And since this is my first time here at Grand Junction, I'm also going to set up all my frequencies even before I start up the helicopter. We'll cross-check a little bit using ForeFlight as well, so we're both on the same page of where we're going and which frequencies. I'll pull out the checklist here, and this is a fun opportunity to show Carrie Lee how the G1000 works and how you can just literally push of a button, you can drop in a frequency into the main and into the backup.
Grand Junction Airport information, Mike, time 1453 Zulu, wind 300 ahead 8, visibility 10 miles, sky conditions clear below 12,000, temperature 4, dew point 1, altimeter 3020. Visual approach in use, landing and departing runway 29er. All pilots read back hold short instructions, advise on initial contact, you have Mike.
The control frictions are located only on the right side, so I'm just double checking, making sure that Carrie Lee knows exactly how they work.
Tower Cessna 578, can we get a wind check?
Wind's calm.
In my Bell 505 at home, I don't even use the frictions. They're just really, I have found them to be unnecessary. I haven't found an opportunity or a reason ever to use them. Okay, running down through the checklist items, next is the dual fly feature. So I'm going to show Carrie Lee how the throttle works, and that tone that you hear is when both throttles are in the fly position. We'll go ahead and put on our headsets and make sure that we've got audio with each other.
And then do we have battery? That's always the thing. Excellent. This right here could get stuck underneath the collective right here. So you want to be super careful with it. If you have one of these, clip it up somewhere. I don't speak from personal experience, but luckily I learned from someone else's.
Grand Junction Tower, 5 Delta Charlie, midfield.
Delta Star 5 Delta
Okay,
Charlie,
so
runway 29er, clear, touch and go.
Right now we're on dual fly. That should go out. And it went out, so then I go to idle as well. Rotor brake. You can actually start this helicopter with a rotor brake on. I have learned that the hard way.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, $10,000 mistake.
Ooh.
On our way to the Bahamas, it was sucky.
Oh.
So that I always start here. So I go through a checklist, but I also go through a flow. So I start up top. This is the fuel shutoff. So if we did have an emergency or on the ground, you want this thing fuel shut off, just pull and you'll break through that copper wire really quick and easy. I've done that as well, and it breaks super easy.
578, midfield downwind 29er.
Cessna 578, number 2 behind Diamond Star to your 12 o'clock, 1 mile, runway 29er.
1, 2, 3, 4. These are the 4 normal red ones.
Number 2.
Transmission oil pressure, fuel pressure, engine oil pressure, low, and engine out. Then you've got generator is off, and weight on gear is WOG, weight on gear.
Okay.
That means your Hobbs is not going.
Ah.
So then we're going to test everything. It's super loud. So these are all the things we don't want to hear. We're going to do an audio test, chip test, fire test.
Engine out. ECU fail.
We've got the CAS message that says fire test is okay, chip test is
150.
okay.
Engine fire.
Fuel quantity, we got 565 pounds. Altimeters we already set. And real important, 25.7, that's the minimum. It was just at 25.8, so I'm going to get her started.
Okay.
I've got everything off there. Flight timer. Start it.
Clear.
Clear. Clear on your side. Yep. So watch this. All I do is push and turn. It's a dual FADEC system. We came down to 16.5. That's fairly low, but it's still strong enough for the start, no problem.
Hold it.
I'm keeping my hand here for a habit. If this ran away, the dual FADEC is actually supposed to abort the start.
Okay.
This is a fairly hot start for normal because the battery's been sitting here in the cold. But again, it does the self-heat, so it modulates everything. So our transmission pressure was alive real quick. Engine pressure. Once I'm stable on the NR at 64, then the generator comes on. I watch here, so my amperage just came up to 40. That's normal. Once my transmission temperature comes up into the green, then I can go to fly. Okay. This engine likes to be at fly, not at idle. And engine temperature, I just can't take off until it's in the green, but as long as it's above 10, I can still go to fly. So usually if it's warm, you could actually even start and fly if you had to. And I think about that when I'm at a glacier and like there's a calving event and I'm like, I got to get out of here.
That was it, huh?
That was the start.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huh.
So I'm going to close my door.
I think they're all good.
Okay.
Those ones for sure.
So I'm going to do a hydraulic test, and actually I'll get my anti-collision light on now that my battery's good. Hydraulic test, I just take this off and make sure there's no jump. That's good. So that when I'm at full fly, I know that I can do my check without having any big jump. And we're green in the transmission, so I'm just gonna, I say roll it up, but I'm gonna flip the switch, the throttle switch, to fly. And you're gonna hear it as it goes through its low RPM. You're also gonna feel that. Put your hand on the collective and feel my hand lift it up. So I just lifted the collective a hair, so feel the difference. Keep your hand on the collective right here.
Oh yeah, that doesn't like that.
And up like
Just
2 millimeters. It has reverse pitch, so it's trying to drive down into the ground.
Interesting. Should mine be on fly as well?
No.
No, huh?
The book tells us that when we're both flying that we should both have it in fly, but I'm PIC, I have access to both. I'm going to keep it off. It makes it much more simple.
Okay.
I've had people accidentally turn it to ground idle in flight and like enter an auto rotation on accident.
Oh.
So I'd rather not mess around with it.
What the book actually says is to switch the throttle to whoever's flying, but that has gotten me into trouble, so I don't do it.
Okay, so I can do my hydraulic test, and I'm just, if I do an X motion, I get all 3 servos. Feel them all. And collective, I don't pull on the collective very hard, because this is actually broken off before.
Jeez, Flo.
There was one helicopter that was like the test helicopter, was actually the police in California near you. And they would wrench on it, because the book says to check it, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's a really long lever, and it's pretty weak.
Yep.
And it came off while he was, yeah. So there was a mandatory AD right away, and everybody had to fly from the left seat. It was right before we got ours, yeah.
Damn.
Okay, so everything is all green here. We've checked everything. I'm just going to check that our pitot heat works. So my amperage came up 5. I should get a light here, so I know that the pitot heat does work. And then I'm going to put us onto the NAP page. And I'm going to be taking off direct into the wind to the north with a south turnout to the left. And we have Mike. And you're welcome to feel along on all the controls. Just allow my movements. If I feel resistance, I'll let you know. And I'm going to start the GoPro. We've got this going. Hopefully that can see things. Might try it like... No, we'll leave it right there.
Okay.
Hello.
Where's it facing me?
It's a 360 camera.
Right.
So we can both go like this. Hello.
Hey.
Here we go.
Okay. That's one of those.
So the only cast message I have right now is battery charging, which is fine. And traffic unavailable. Okay. And where are we? Grand Junction. And the windows are closed. Yep, that's an easy one. You'll hear like a lot of feedback. Did you get your noise canceling on?
I did.
Okay. Good morning, Grand Junction Tower, helicopter, November 479er Lima. I'd like to depart into the wind to the north with a turnout to the south. And I'm at on the ramp in front of the FBO with Mike.
November 479er Lima, hold position for now.
Holding for 79er Lima. He's like, you don't know where you are, what you're doing. And
578, extend downwind, all clear base.
Extend with downwind, you'll call our base. We're going to be full stop as well, so that's 578.
No, I won't. So I do want to have my weight on gear. There it is, weight on gear.
Helicopter 79er Lima, what's your on-course heading?
On course will be 220 for 79er Lima.
Helicopter 79er Lima, roger. Hold position for landing traffic.
Holding 79er Lima. And again, this engine can sit all day at flight idle, but at ground idle.
Helicopter 79er Lima,
the oil can't
present position departure will be at your own risk. Proceed on course.
Proceed on course from present position, 79er Lima. It usually takes a lot of left pedal. And a lot of left cyclic.
Cessna 578, turn base runway 29, clear touch and go.
And I got a power.
We'd like a full stop, Cessna 578.
Cessna 578, runway 29, cleared to land.
29 clear to land, Cessna 35578.
So the power, I always look at power when I'm picking up into a hover, takeoff. That's right here. You've got a green needle. It's this right here.
Okay.
So they call it what do they call it in the bells? PSI, power situation indicator.
Anything in the green is all good. Well, up.
Yeah. So I'm only using basically just above 9. Yeah, I might continue west and go over these lower mountains.
Is it your first time flying this specific helicopter?
No, I flew this one to Texas from Santa Monica. Those mountains aren't bad. We'll see what the winds are doing. So this is our wind indicator. It's telling me I've got 11 knots, which as we get turned is going to be nice. And I'll play a lot with altitudes today because of wind.
Okay. It's going to get us.
We get a little message here. Let's see what that says. Inside airspace. Make sure I'm squawking 1200. This is our transponder right here.
There it is. I see what you're saying, 1200.
Yeah, I'm just checking because sometimes I'll jump in a helicopter and somebody landed and they were squawking something. Maybe they were on with approach, or especially these jet guys will fly with center on it.
Downstar 5 Delta Charlie, you're following a Cessna 2 mile final, report traffic in sight.
Traffic in sight, 5 Delta Charlie.
Downstar 5 Delta Charlie, number 2, runway 29, cleared to land.
Number 2, clear to land, runway 29, 5 Delta Charlie.
This is just so pretty. I'm going to take a... It's not that you're not documenting. It's just so gorgeous.
Oh, man. Document as much as you want.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, we only have 3 knots up here. So you've got your airspeed here. Right now we're cruising 102 knots, ground speed of 114, and that's nice. We've got a little 8-knot tailwind from quartering back right.
Right.
You've got your altimeter. This is the VSI.
Okay.
So you can look right here and get all the information that you need as far as your pitch, because it'll show you your altimeter and your VSI all in one little tiny
That's
pinhole.
nice. Kind of nice, isn't it?
Yeah. It just takes a while to get used to it when you're coming off the steam gauges, or it took me probably 50 hours before my workload became less in this.
Right.
Because I wasn't using all the brain power to like remember where things are and what I'm looking at.
Right. So it was more of a workload until it got easier.
Yes, exactly.
Wow.
Oh, look at
This
this.
is unbelievable.
And so you see out here, there's some clouds that are actually touching the mountains here. I've got a pretty good visual here on where the higher terrain is. The darker is higher.
Right.
And so I'm not staying right on my track. Right on my track takes me right over those and into that.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to bias a little bit to the right. But I could probably bias a little bit less, because I can see that it's clear there. All right, you want to fly for a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay. So right now, collective is set. I have noticed this one, it will go down a little bit. So I keep my finger on my collective hand. Yeah, I keep it on my lap.
That's so far away.
Yeah. So you have to get, every helicopter is going to sit slightly different. This one is a little bit not like ergonomically fabulous, because usually you want your finger on the seat, right?
Right.
But you can't. So, because it's such a long lever.
All right.
So a little bit right there is helpful. Okay. This is your power. You leave it right there. Right about 9.5 is where we'll cruise today.
Okay.
So you have the controls.
Okay, I have the controls. Sorry, just kind of like...
Yeah, take your time, get to know it,
And we'll give Carolee a little sterile cockpit time, some time to focus on the task at hand. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you learned a little something about the Bell 505. If you have any questions, please do drop them in the comments below. I really do love hearing from you, and I do try to get back to every single question, comment that I get. We'll see you soon, and y'all fly pretty out there.